my alarm went off again, despite the fact that the first few times I was snoozing it. The second time I intentionally exit out of it so it wouldn't stop my video, and it still stopped it anyway, and that is starting to piss me off. Anyway, I'm trying to keep in mind that the subsections and titles are telling to what the section is supposed to be about, so I'll be having to remind myself to keep in mind what does this have to do with the new creation. So the point of the previous ones is saying how we have sin, but that's okay because God's gonna get you out of that, and to trust Him and to be comforted. Or for the people that serve Him, for the people that depend on God, He gives comfort, basically knowing that He's gonna come through, right? In modern terms. So the new creation might be about explaining how, why, who knows. Because apparently my brain is, I don't know. But they that sanctify themselves and purify themselves in the gardens. So sanctify means to make holy. Purify, you're trying to remove impurities, which seems to be the common factor or whatever. My next thing now is purifying themselves in the gardens. I was like, what's so important about being in the gardens? But before I searched the gardens, I just searched up the definition of miss, or being in the middle of something, supported by, or like surrounding. So then I was just like, what's the significance of a garden? Because something about that just, I don't know. I'm trying to figure out how, because I just have the feeling, or just knowing it has to have something to do with being supported by God, but I don't know how to make it make sense, because I have a feeling that's what it's about. But I'm also trying to see if I'm right or if I'm understanding something correctly. So far as we Google, the significance of a garden says holds deep significance because they provide health benefits, support the environment, and carry symbolic meaning. What the symbolic meaning is, who knows? They offer physical exercise and mental relaxation, clean the air, and feed pollinators, represents peace and growth across many cultures. If you're trying to purify yourself in a place like this, what does that do? What does that mean? But that wasn't really helpful for me. And then I had this other thought, just small one. Well, what about the Garden of Eden? What was that about? Before all this stuff on earth happens, the Garden of Eden is this place that was provided for. It had everything you already needed in that garden. So what if it's more so that? What if they're saying people that decide to try to free themselves from sin or try to holy themselves in the environment that's already provided for them behind one tree, then that could probably tie into being Jesus, because what is the environment that would make us pure? What is the environment that could sanctify us, that is providing us with everything we need to get rid of sin? There's only one environment there's only one space you can be, or position you can be in, that will provide you with everything you need to be sanctified. And that's being in the environment of, having a relationship with God. Then it says behind one tree. I would assume the one tree, in the midst. To me, I think that just means like standing behind God, following God, right? So saying those people that choose God, right, are the ones being purified, the ones that choose God, the ones that try to follow God, the ones that do follow God are the ones being sanctified. But then I don't know if that's fully correct because the next sentence it says eating swine's flesh, and I thought that's a bad thing because swine is a pig. I mean, we can look at the definition too, but swine means a pig. But you know, I guess we can do that. I would think it's a bad thing because like they're real adamant about not eating pork, and the reason being, pork is so bad because they are creatures that they're real unhealthy. Like they eat everything. There's no way for them to decompose things healthy. So when you're eating them, you're eating everything that they eat. And they eat a lot. They just eat anything, which is kind of nasty. And then I seen a video of explaining this the other day. The reason why it's okay to eat beef or cows because they go through like this process apparently that by the time we eat them, it's already like they've already processed the food in a way that kind of decomposes all of the bad stuff that they eat. So you're eating just like the cow within its purity. But with pork, you're not doing that. Swine. Any have a family of stout, short-legged mammals with a bristly skin and long, flexible snout, raised as meat animal, or a contemptible person. So apparently swine can mean something else. What does contemptible mean? I don't know, but I'm literally just gonna Google that. I don't know. Puts the dictionary down and go see, because for some reason, I don't know what that means. I'm not gonna lie to you. Never heard that word in my life. Contemptible meaning. Deserving to be hated or treated with deep disrespect. Deserving is crazy. Now I want to go to the dictionary. There's no way that that means somebody that's deserving to be hated. I don't know what that is, but okay. Contemptible. Deserving contempt. Damn, that's crazy. It literally does say that. So if you're eating swine's flesh, you're eating a pig's flesh, or you're eating someone that is deserving to be hated. What? But wait. It's a sin to eat pork, like the meat. But what if you're eating, like, is there a difference between the flesh and the meat? Could that mean something else? Those that free themselves from sin. Eating swine's flesh. Unless there's a comma behind they that sanctify themselves and that purify themselves in the garden behind what miss. Eating swine's flesh, an abomination, and the mouse shall be consumed.